What is up, Assassins, Vikings, Eagles and Gamers? Welcome to episode 10 of the Eagles Call podcast. I'm joined, as per usual, by Joe, the founded Scarab. How are you doing?
You are joined by me. And I think it's time that we officially rename me to Joe the Winner, aka founded Scarab. Because as we all know, if you've seen...
Let's talk about the multiplayer battle. We'll just keep it like short and modest, as I would have done if I won. We'll never bring it up again.
Yeah, so I think everyone should change their Twitter banners to hashtag Scarab Squad. Because of course we did whoop the Walshie's ass, and now I'm looking for new challengers, and everyone's simply too scared to face me. I put out an open challenge. Even Tyler backed down from my open challenge. He was using excuses. He was saying I hadn't proved myself. He's clearly just terrified of the Scarab.
I'm sure that is it.
On a real though, the last 3 weeks have been an absolute blast. It's been very enjoyable. Shout out to everyone that showed up to the premiere. But yeah, so life's going well, basically. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. I'm excited for today because I'm fully aware we're about to have an hour-long argument about whether Assassin's Creed Origins is a 6 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10.
Well, yeah, it's just the way people want to spend their average Wednesday night listening to us arguing about Assassin's Creed Origins. So I'm very ready for it. It is
a 6 though.
And when I say ready,
5, fuck.
When I say ready for it, I mean I've lay in bed all day watching Doctor Who and haven't prepared any arguments or points whatsoever. So that's
because there is none.
Well, that's an interesting way to put it. We will see though. I was actually the 4th member of my debate club at high school. It only lasted one session and then we never did it again, but still. It's a...
What, did you chug a fucking chair at someone?
No, I don't live in Birmingham, so I wouldn't do that, We're not...
Oi! Oh yeah, you probably just fucking, I don't know, did some posh shit, fucking beat someone up at a game of fucking squash, I don't know.
As you do.
Yeah.
Says the person who gets Ferrero Rocher milkshakes.
You can't go, you're poor, you live in a shithole, so you're an upper class elitist in a matter of seconds. That's not right. This is why you're a shit debater and why I'm going to win the argument on why Origins is a shit game.
We'll see. We'll see. Do you want to? How about you just set up your argument here, because I know you have a lot to say about this game, this quote unquote game.
Right. Well, to contextualise this, I'll just put into terms how I define the quality of a game for me, and what makes a good game. If you're putting aside good level design, good characters, and just simplifying it, I think it has to be in terms of a ratio of time spent playing the game to time enjoyed, you have to enjoy at least 70% of it to be worth the time. Origins, there's a few good scenes, really fucking good scenes.
Okay.
There's that's kind of it. I like the tombs, but that's sort of it. If there was an amount of time I had to put on how much of Origins I enjoyed, it would be less than 10%. There's some great acting, some great character moments. I really like the tombs. I think the world feels really lived in. But overall, it's a game just filled with shit. And I would rather, if you sat me down and you said, right, you can either play through Syndicate or play through Origins, I would play through Syndicate. Because all of Syndicate is shit. No, not all of Origins is shit, but all of Syndicate is. But with Syndicate, there's just far less of it. Even if it's less of a ratio of time to shit.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? I get where you're coming from. But the whole argument about which one you'd rather play doesn't really hold up. I'd rather replay Black Ops 1 than I would, say, Skyrim. I think that Skyrim is a better game than Black Ops 1. So that argument doesn't particularly hold up.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about. Okay, that's fair. I'm talking solely about enjoyment, right? Not about
Okay.
like what do I want to play in certain games. Time enjoyed in Origins is like 5% or less. There is like
I'd heavily disagree.
I think
Um,
the engine is just fucking bad, so it's hard
now
to enjoy.
that is fair. The engine is fairly rough. Now I'm not. It's weird that I'm in defense of Origins because in retrospect, even though I put it as the third best Assassin's Creed game in my ranking, and so did you,
So
by
did
the
I,
way.
to be fair.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that good. I don't particularly like it. I'd probably say it's 6 or 7 out of 10. Here's the thing,
I'd say
though.
7.
You say
8.
7?
8. No. Odyssey, Syndicate, 3,
No,
Origins.
I said out of 10, 6 or 7 out of 10.
Oh. Oh, no, 5. Low 5.
Right. Okay. Because here's the thing, like, you've played the game what 8 times?
Uh, y- Maybe like 6 or 7.
Okay, and the game came out 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to a game with that much content, and yes, a lot of it is mindless, a lot of it is repetitive. The mission design is absolutely terrible. There's bandit camps everywhere. But I do believe that you have fatigued yourself with this game. I do believe that Origins doesn't work replayability-wise the same way that, say, Rogue does, Unity does, 3 does. Syndicate doesn't. Syndicate's shit. Just downright. Origins isn't built for replayability the same way the other Assassin's Creed games are. And I think that's what soured your opinion so much to the extent where you despise this game. I think that if you give it time and you get to relive the experiences, although not all the experiences are good, maybe 1 or 2 of them are genuinely great. There is some solid stuff in there. There are some solid side missions, especially in the opening third of the game, where you travel to Siwa, you travel to Alexandria, you meet Maya for the first time. That entire section is made up of fantastic, varied, detailed missions. And there is plenty bandit camps sprinkled in there. There is plenty bandit camps sprinkled in there, but the stuff that you need to do and the stuff that you're focused on, you genuinely feel immersed in that first third of the game. After that, after you meet Cleopatra, everything goes downhill. The story completely falls apart. All the side missions become
paced horribly.
All the side missions become exactly the same, and Bayek doesn't really grow for about 8 hours. But that first third is what puts this game above Rogue, for example, for me, because that first third, I'd say that legitimately almost all of it is enjoyable for me. And when I streamed it, that took up about 4 times as long as I'd spend playing Rogue to finish the main story. So I can't say Origins is better than Rogue. Same with Syndicate. I enjoyed that.
It's not better. It's just more replayable. Syndicate.
The first. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. Never mind then. So yeah, that's my argument there.
Right.
That first third is enough to put it above Rogue.
All right. See, that's fair. But I think because like RPGs aren't meant to be as replayable as something like an AC2.
Yeah.
But right, I've replayed like Breath of the Wild, The Witcher 3, and the reason why I've done that, and like Breath of the Wild I'll focus on because that's my favourite RPG.
Okay.
Breath of the Wild features intuitive game design. It's creative. You're always doing something new. They let you do your own thing a lot of the time. And the world is just fucking lovely. You're always doing something new, and you can do it in whatever way you please. Whereas Origins is just so... I'm doing the same thing that's not even fun again and again and again, even leaking into the main story.
Oh yeah, no, I do agree there. And I think a major problem with Origins is, and I spoke about this on stream the other day, is its linearity. Because as you said, in Breath of the Wild, you can do your own thing. Whereas with Origins, the way they try and tell the story is is the same way they try to tell a traditional Assassin's Creed story, which is why level capping so often becomes an issue. Because as much as they provide you this massive list of quests that you can supposedly do whenever you want, they are level capped so that you do them in a specific order, so that you get the quote unquote proper narrative experience. So I think that's a major problem. Along with that, yes, the mission design is fucking terrible. We can both agree on that.
Joe, right?
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
You.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mission design's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking linearity's bad. The engine's bad. What do you like in Assassin's Creed Origins?
I enjoy the entire first third. Or I don't know if it's the third. It's up until essentially you meet Cleopatra. I legitimately enjoy most of the side content there, and then pretty much all of the main missions, which there isn't too many in that first.
Joe, you know what it's time for now? Now that you,
I also real quick. I also enjoy the stealth. As limited as it is, I do enjoy it, and I feel
would
there's.
if you get one hit.
I feel well, yeah, that's an issue. But like I said,
But Joe, you know what it means now we're into stealth.
What?
It is time for assassinations.
Oh my fucking days.
It always fucking gets me. It's so
best,
bad.
That's the best line of all time. Fucking Cleopatra, and her English accent.
No, she's ancient Roman, isn't she?
Yeah, but they didn't have North London accents in ancient Rome.
No, because they come over to Britain, didn't they? So that's why. That's like the inspiration for the English accent.
Maybe, but also, no, it just didn't happen.
No, have you not seen like I don't know, fucking Gladiator or some shit?
No, I've not seen Gladiator.
Okay, but you know with like films with Romans and that, they all have English accents.
Yeah, it's because they're made in Hollywood with English actors.
Yeah, but they fucking did though, didn't they? Because Romans came to like London, did some bits there, and like fucked off again, and that's where the accent's from.
I have no clue, but we do know that they never got to a certain country, my country, Scotland, because we're good at defending our own country.
Don't even. Let's not even get into it.
It's time for assassinations is by far the best line in the entire game. So that's
it's my turn for a leap of faith.
that's my. That's the main things I enjoy in Origins. I love Bayek as a character. I think the White Rooms are the best they've been.
They're not white rooms though. They're grey. I hate it. I need to sort it out, man.
Yeah, no, they're the best. They're the best.
I do like the confessions a lot.
The confessions are the best in the series. I think
they're good because of Bayek though. Like the Scarab is the one good antagonist.
I think they're good because of the makeup of them. I mean, they're designed to be genuine. Like, there's choreography in them. There's not set pieces. You know what I mean? There's things appear. Things actually happen in them. They're cinematic. I do really like that. What else? I don't mind Apollodorus. I think he's an okay side character.
Oh, come on, Joe. Yeah. I like Kensa.
Ken's solid as well. Apart from her betrayal comes out of completely nowhere and doesn't really make
she's in the book a bit more
much sense.
And she survives that canonically. So it's like, why do we have the choice?
It was really awkward when I first played it because I tried to do it stealthily. I tried to kill. Is it the crocodile there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried to kill
That's
her stealthily.
another good confession.
And I got into a fight with Kenza.
Yeah.
Killed the crocodile first, and then Kenza just disappeared, and I never got closure to that story arc. It was really awkward. So
yeah, there's like a letter in the bureau in Memphis after he's on the go.
Oh right, okay.
It's like mentions it.
Yeah.
But you were mentioning that earlier. The middle section of the game. You start the game. For like what 6 hours or more.
Yeah.
Go to Seaward, then you meet Cleopatra, and then the game falls off a fucking cliff. Not a cliff.
Story
It's
falls
not
off
that
a
high.
cliff. I wouldn't say
It falls
the
off a
game,
wall.
I wouldn't say the game falls off a cliff. I'd say the story does.
I'd say my entire enjoyment for, because like,
Really?
as you said, yeah, because as you were saying, like the side quests towards the start are better. Like the one in what's it called? You bring it up on stream.
Yeah.
Where you like fight that geezer.
Oh, when you go.
I know
to,
that's like every fucking side quest.
No, when you go to the
the
town
kids.
on the way to Alexandria. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I can't think of any else, but like
That's a great set of missions, though. No, the thing about
Yeah.
the middle section is, a lot of the game does fall off a cliff, but it does have, in my opinion, two of the most memorable targets that have been in any of the games since, well, in about 6 years.
that doesn't say a lot, to be fair.
Or no, it's probably since 3. Probably since 3.
Okay.
You've got the Scarab, and then you've got the hyena.
Caliset,
Yeah.
Joe.
Don't tell me
I
you
sort
don't.
of like Caliset. No, I sort of do.
No,
Because I
it's-
like that like parallel between them of like the grief of losing a child and that desperation.
Exactly, and the set piece of killing her is fantastic, and she provides such a unique character compared to so many others, because so many of the characters in this game are very samey, you know? Whereas she's this crazed woman, lives in the mountains.
Yeah. Joe, tell me a character trait of the lizard.
No, yeah, no. The lizard is... No, I swear you never meet the lizard. You just kill him. And then you move on.
Yeah, no, you literally... I don't even remember what the fuck that confession is.
I don't think he's... I swear he doesn't speak. I don't...
No,
It
because he's
doesn't
that
have any
geezer with the
lines.
mask in Memphis.
Yeah, it's...
When you're helping out... What's his... Passion Rem there.
Yeah, it's...
Memorable fucking character. Yay.
It's really bizarre. The lizard's fucking terrible.
What about the
But-
hippo?
Well, Eudoros.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a character. That assassination's quite cool though. It's not difficult by any means, but I still really like the way
I enjoy that one more. So it felt sort of like some of the AC1 assassinations. Like, you know, you go into that hospital with Garneau and that.
Yeah.
The way it was structured felt a little like it's far too short and like easy and like one direction sort of thing. But it's one of few assassinations in there that resembles anything decent of like going into a linear area and like sneaking past guards.
But what about going to Rome? I'm sure we'll get to that.
No, that's
later.
the other one. I do
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
I
I despise the Rome mission.
Really?
But we'll get to that later. Yeah, it's I'm not a fan. But no, yeah, the one thing that I still will forever love is the way that they explained the whole hidden blade chop off your finger thing, which is just Bayek, just Bayek being an idiot and wearing it on the wrong the wrong side of his hand.
It's fucking comical the way he shakes that off.
No, but it is a. I think it's a solid explanation. You know, it plays into itself well, because they could have easily been super melodramatic about it. Whereas it's like, oh, he fucked up, he chopped off his finger, but then it becomes a sign of solidarity. It becomes a sign of, you know, commitment.
Tahira could have just done that at the end anyway, to be like, hey man, I'm loyal to you and your cause. Don't chop off your finger like a fucking idiot in a really unintentionally funny scene.
But no, it's not unintentionally funny though. It's.
Oh, do you mean Ash meant for us to laugh?
No, I think it's meant to be like, you're taking it seriously, and then you're like, oh, he's an idiot. He just wore it on the wrong side of his finger. Haha, lol. That's how this iconic tradition
Also, how the
started.
fuck does Cleopatra get the blade?
Oh, let's not talk about lore. Lore doesn't exist.
Yeah, because that would destroy all your points if we bring lore into Assassin's Creed Origins, wouldn't it?
No, if you look at Origins without the context of Odyssey, then you're fine.
No, yeah.
She could have just ran across it. She could have just come
No,
across
but you've still got the retcons of like the 6 Sanctuary Assassins, where it's like, hey, you know, retcon all those and have the assassins be made in fucking Egypt in like 45 BC.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be really shallow and fucking bad. Oh, I don't like Origins.
I mean, retcons are shit usually whenever they're done. So
Yes.
But it just makes me laugh now because Aya's like, oh, I got this from Cleopatra, even though, and then the Odyssey writers thought that she just had it, so they had to write her as like connected to Darius. It's so fucking dumb. Like it was passed down.
To Aya and not to Cleopatra.
Oh yeah, Aya just, to quote George on the Kill Connor Club podcast number 80, Aya just licks Cleopatra's clit the entire time.
Oh my fuck. Yeah, I fully remember that as well.
Yeah.
And that was basically all of Tyler's review, just complaining about that. But
yeah, it's
Aya's not a good character, if we're being honest.
Aya.
No, I don't think she's a very good character.
She's not,
a lot of people do love her, but
she's not very well written, is she?
I don't hate her like some people seem to.
She's kind of just like there. She I'd put her on the same tier as Apollodorus. Like pretty good, like passable.
But Apollodorus isn't pretty good.
No, Aya's probably better than Apollodorus, but they're on the same tier of just like, oh, they're there and they're not bad. They're memorable.
Yeah,
at the very
she's
least.
sympathetic.
Yeah, but it does kind of piss me off that she just licks Cleopatra's clit, and Bayek is obviously so much more in love with her than she is of him.
Yeah.
And that's why he got rejected when he first asked her to marry him.
Oh yeah, and also playing as fucking Aya. I know it's like, you know, what was left in the original vision of Origins that got, you know, taken out because the development's so fucked. But what is the point? I get the naval missions, fine. But what's the point of playing as Aya for 30 minutes in Alexandria?
Yeah, you don't really...
When literally everything she does Bayek could do.
Yeah, she doesn't... What would have been ideal? Because also, the way that Layla gets her fucking DNA is so stupid. So basically, Aya... No, sorry, what's her name? Layla. Layla is like, oh, I feel Aya. She's close to me. And then what's her name says, like, it's just the bleeding effect.
That must be the bleeding effect.
You're feeling his emotions or something. So then Layla just knows where Aya is. It's so stupid. And then you get a vision. There's a vision. You know how, like, the vision of Ezio going to the sanctuary in Brotherhood leads Desmond there? So they try to recreate that. So for some reason, Aya, in like her prime condition that we see her in Origins,
jumps to a grave,
walks to her tomb.
I never even fucking thought.
There's a leap of faith into her grave, but they had no idea that, like, but her grave has fallen over, so she had no idea that she would be down there. It's so dumb. It's.
But actually, her tomb's in Venice. Oh my god.
Well, no, that's the thing, because what I've.
It's an epitaph.
The one thing I've always wished is, and it's an alternate timeline. It's a bit of It's basically Assassin's Creed fanfiction, which is shit. But what I would have wished is for this entire game to be Bayek. Then William Miles flies you over to fucking wherever. Turns out you get a DNA sample from Aya's body in Italy. Because they'd know about that, because Desmond relived Ezio's memories. You go find Aya, you have a game in ancient Rome playing as Aya where you kill Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar. And then you kill Cleopatra.
And also Cleopatra properly.
Yeah.
That would be good if they made her a good character.
But you wouldn't have even needed to make Aya a good character because you have another game to flesh her out and make her a good character, you know?
Yeah, it'd be ideal though, wouldn't it? You're giving Origins too many passes.
I'm not giving it a pass.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, Aya's not. I mean, she wasn't given a chance, to be fair. I can't do that. I hate when people talk about characters like they're real. Like, oh, X character could have given us so much more. He had so much more to give us. It's like, it's not real.
I was a victim of Ubisoft. Not the actual employees, but I was a victim of Ubisoft.
Yeah, I didn't get much of a chance to be a well-written character, but the moments where you play as her, it's just like...
That's so dumb.
It's not well done. It's not well done.
No, because for one, she's a shit character, or she's just a nothing character. And then also, the whole game you've been with Bayek, you've been getting attached to him, we like Bayek.
Yeah.
You've also been building like his arsenal of tools, as you should in an RPG. Then it takes all that away from you and puts you in a super linear sequence, like far more linear
it's
than
very
any
jarring.
of the other games.
It's very jarring. And
why?
I just wish that... Because, say Io was written as this completely unlikable character in Origins, right? And then she goes to Rome in a second game, and we grow with this, you know, she's headstrong, she's a bit of a dickhead. She grows, she realizes that there's more to life than just killing dudes and sucking Cleopatra's clit. And then maybe her and Bayek could even get back together and have a little romance. But instead we rushed it in a DLC. Which is great. Great. So,
okay.
fuck Ubisoft.
The game's bad,
though. The game's not bad.
No.
Good.
I can't wait until you finish the game, and I'll be happy when your score goes from a 6 to a 5.
Nope, not gonna happen.
Okay, well, tell me...
It's already better than Rogue. So,
no.
So,
but if you're looking at, like...
It's already
if
better
you're
than a 5.
doing a ratio of shit that's just fine in Rogue, which is like most of the game, and then Origins, shit that's bad. It's so much of the game.
I've already spent more hours in Origins, which I've enjoyed, in this playthrough, than hours in Rogue, which I'd enjoy. Because Rogue is a game that is...
That's because you'd have finished Rogue 10 times by now.
Exactly, and that's a problem. That's not a good thing.
No, I don't mind it being short, because it's not like it needed more time.
It's not like it's short and consistently good. It's short and consistently bad with an occasional good moment sprinkled in.
It's short and consistently subpar, and Origins is long and consistently shit.
No, it's not consistently shit. It's inconsistently good and also not very good.
No, okay. I think at a base level, right, you go through Origins, and it's like, it's unenjoyable, but then occasionally you'll get like, you know, I don't know, buy it, kill him with dynamite, and you're like, fuck yes.
Nah, I disagree. It's not, the way I look at it is, it's not consistently unenjoyable, and then you have an occasional good moment. That's what Rogue is. Origins is, you have 4 or 5 hours of quality. You have 4 or 5 hours of good content. Then you have like 8 hours of subpar content, 3 hours of dog shit content, and then you're done.
I don't think the opening is good content though, because the engine is bad, right?
Yeah.
The narrative gets off on sort of
Rogue's
the
engine's
wrong
bad
foot.
too. Rogue's engine is shit though. It's Black Flag's engine.
Rogue's engine is like fine.
Nah, Rogue's engine is
not
shite.
as bad as Origin.
It's outside of the naval.
You can actually traverse shit in Rogue.
Sure, but you can do stealth in Origins.
You can do stealth in Rogue and not have to fucking stab someone 1,000,000 times to kill them. Wait till you get to Cyrene.
You don't need to kill. You don't need to stab someone 1,000,000 times. If you play it on normal, then you can kill an enemy in 4 hits. Because I switched to normal on my other stream, and I was dying like every fucking 10 minutes, and then I dominated everyone, even if there were two levels above me.
Wait till you get to Cyrene, and there's these big guards.
I know which ones you're talking about. And
No, not just the big ones with the spiked maces, the big ones.
No, I know.
Like captains.
I know which ones you're talking about.
You'll stab them with the blade in the neck, and it will do not even 1/10 of their health bar. That is bollocks.
Yeah, that's a problem, but it's not consistent.
No, it's not like totally consistent, but then most enemies, it's the same. I hate that restriction of to take over this base, which is so much of the content, and that's an issue. You need to fucking do a bunch of mindless side shit to be able to kill someone with your hidden blade. Why do you...
The upgradable hidden blade was a fucking terrible decision.
Or even shoot someone in the head with your fucking bow. Like, it's so...
I
prefer every other AC stealth system purely because of that. That annoys me so much.
Nah, I disagree.
Like the hoops you have to jump through to be able to just
it's frustrating that you have to jump through those hoops, but I think it has some upsides.
Redeeming qualities, you mean?
Yes, redeeming qualities. Classic Eagles call
Yes, it's
phrase.
shit. Yeah, no, if something has redeeming qualities, it's shit.
No, it's not. It's bad.
Yeah, it is.
It's bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's bad.
Rogues is
Origins
worse.
is bad. You just said it.
No, no, I didn't.
No, you just said it.
No,
Origins is bad.
No, I said Origins stealth system is bad, but it has redeeming qualities.
Okay, stealth system is fucking broken.
I enjoy the stealth system.
I do not.
But it's bad.
I like being able to like meditate and wait till night when everyone's asleep. That's cool. But I fucking hate when you're like going through a base and like, you know, taking out, you know,
and then it changes
like,
to dusk or dawn, and they all reset.
Yeah, and then, you know, you kill people in their beds, and then you get one who's just a big guy, and even when he's asleep, you can't fucking want him. It's surely that's a deal breaker for you.
No.
I would rather Black Flags.
I'll either over level, or I just won't kill everyone.
But over leveling is so unenjoyable, and it's something you shouldn't have to do.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it for the first third of the game, which I keep saying I enjoy. You don't have to do it at all.
What? Not over leveling, but
you can
like,
also play on
there's
New
only
Game
certain
Plus
camps
or on easy.
Yeah, but if you're playing New Game Plus, you're cutting out most of the game's content, and also what you're playing anyway is shit.
Fair enough, you do you, man.
Yeah, I win.
No,
win.
that's not how this works.
Okay.
Yeah, no. You just have to play it differently.
Favorite and least favorite thing about Origins?
Least favorite bandit camps. I mean,
I would say narrative.
Bandit camps are my favorite thing. They are the creativity in the mission design. It's insane. Nah, my least favorite is the bandit camps.
Yeah.
And favorite is ooh, that's interesting.
It's gonna be Bayek, right?
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
Bayek is the one good thing.
I really appreciate. Bayek's great. This is a small thing, kind of.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the attention to detail they had with ancient Egypt as a world, and not like the world, but
yeah,
like
I agree.
Historical accuracy type things. Like the different myths.
The shields aren't accurate, actually.
The different, but you go. I mean,
no, I'm serious. They're actually not.
I believe you. I do believe.
Okay.
Like the myths and legends of the time. There's countless like scrolls filled with different things, like writings and stuff. It's a fairly. There is a lot of detail in the world. It's just repetitive detail. And also the Discovery Tour. I think that was a great addition, despite its controversies. Yeah. So I really appreciate their attention to history, especially after Syndicate just took the piss out of history.
Yeah, Syndicate ruined Jack the Ripper.
So just to be different, that's my favorite thing in Origins.
Okay, cool. No,
what's your
cool.
favorite thing? Bayek.
Yeah, it'd have to be, because that's the one thing that I like, and there's not caveats in, because...
But your least favourite thing's the story, though.
I mean, well, my least favourite thing, and this feels like a bit of a cheat, is the lack of creativity.
Okay.
For like an origin story, it feels so basic and shallow.
Yeah, that's fair.
And to transform this series into a fucking generic RPG with no beating heart anymore... It's the prospect of Origins pisses me off more than Origins itself.
Okay. So it's realistically, it's what came after Origins that makes you more angry than Origins itself.
Yeah, but looking at Origins now, I don't think it's very good.
Yeah, that's fair. But what's worse is that it changed the series you loved.
Yes, like that.
That's fair.
I'm not judging it solely like based on that though. I think as
but that's the worst part.
It is bad.
Yeah,
because there is so little I enjoy.
It's not a good game. I don't think I would call it a bad game, but it's not a good game. By any means.
Can we talk about the traversal, please?
Oh, okay. it's horrific. Yeah.
Okay,
Why?
I'm
Why
glad
is
you
it?
won't.
Why is it
No,
one
I knew
button?
you wouldn't defend that.
Why is it one button? It's Yeah, it's even the horse riding is terribly optimized.
Yes, the combat is bad. Bunch of fucking numbers flying everywhere. Everyone's got too much health. You don't play like an assassin. You aren't a fucking assassin.
Jack, I think you may be misremembering this game and conflating it with Odyssey.
No.
This game doesn't this game doesn't have numbers flying everywhere. Origins,
I swear it does.
No, and there we go. You've conflated this game with Odyssey in your mind, and that's why you hate it so much. You think it's the same. You think it's one and the same.
No, don't do me on this. Assassin's Creed Origins.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've won again.
Hold on, right. Okay. The point is, the combat's bad.
You've conflated this game in your mind with Odyssey. You think all the enemies are.
It's because the combat's the same.
Are hit sponges. You think everything's terrible.
Yeah, they are.
You think the atmosphere's terrible.
They do. I'm watching a video of Ethan fucking shooting a geezer. I remember this. Yeah, numbers do fly off the screen.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. I don't believe you.
Joe, I'm going to drop the link to this in fucking Discord right now. I was right.
No.
I knew you were fucking gaslighting me.
Nah, this is false. Nah, you're gaslighting me. Oh, fuck, they fucking do, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Well, I didn't even...
I'm right and you're wrong.
I didn't even notice it when I was playing, no cap. They are small, though.
Because you biased.
They're not those massive, obnoxious numbers in Odyssey. They're just... But they are still there.
No, they're not.
That's a terrible...
But I do still hate them.
Yeah, that's a bit rough. But, I'm unsure how I feel about the combat.
Okay.
I think the worst thing about the combat is that they conflate difficulty with either heightening people's health or just throwing way more enemies at you. I think
it's tedious.
When you fight someone one-on-one in Origins, and when you're playing, if you're gonna play Origins, play it on normal. It was clearly made for normal. Every other difficulty is fucking though there's no reason they had to put difficulty in this game. There's no reason. There's no difficulty curve. It's purely
play it on easy.
It's purely just play it on easy or normal, yeah, because the difficulty curve is purely just health and damage that the enemies do, and it's so fucking lazy. And so many games do that, and it pisses me off. Like, just don't be fucking lazy about it. Anyway, that's a whole other issue.
Right.
When you're
so
fighting,
the combat's bad.
No. When you're fighting someone one-on-one though, on normal, I think it's quite enjoyable. I think it's quite fun. So it's a very
you
specific
need to lock
scenario.
onto your enemies. I see you playing, you don't lock onto your enemies. It really annoys me.
Why would I?
Because when you're fighting like one-on-one, you won't have like... When you were fighting that geezer in that town, and your hits were just going over, it was really pissing me off.
I never locked on it in either of my playthroughs. But
bit of a contentious point.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Origins, right? Let's like put, like mission design, story, like to one side as much as you can, because I think you can have like a bad story, a bad this, bad that, and still be like, that's not shit as an Assassin's Creed game. Do you think Assassin's Creed Origins functions well as an Assassin's Creed game?
No.
Yes!
Doesn't function badly.
I was about to end this fucking podcast.
Doesn't function badly, though.
Oh my god, Joe, right. Traversal's terrible, you aren't an assassin. Combat's terrible, you aren't an assassin. Narrative is bad, you aren't an assassin. The world isn't built for you to move like an assassin. Yes, the narrative is bad.
Just having a good narrative is not a specific part of Assassin's Creed, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Of course it is, because like how the narrative
Assassin's Creed games
functions.
are not the only games with good narratives.
No, of course not. But I mean like in terms of what the narrative incorporates, in terms of like lore and philosophy. Not like its quality.
Okay.
I worded that wrong. Like, it doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed narrative. It feels like a basic origin story, and
I wouldn't say it feels like an origin story. It shouldn't have been called Origins.
Like that's another issue. It serves fucking terribly as the origins to the Assassins.
No, no, I just don't think it should have been called Origins.
I think it should have been called Shit Game. Don't buy this game. It's fucking shit, and it's made by a sex offender.
It works as an origin story, but not not an all-encompassing origin story. If that makes sense.
I hear what you look. I don't want to,
like to use, let's say, fucking Iron Man for an example. You know,
right?
Iron Man, of course, is the origins of the character Iron Man. Assassin's Creed Origins is like Iron Man, but then it stops halfway through. Like it ends halfway through, you know?
So it ends when he gets back to America.
No.
It's just
not even
half of a film.
It ends after he's made like Mark 1, that big hefty Iron Man armor in Iraq. It ends there. So
yeah, and there's no completed character arc. It's totally unsatisfying.
So it works, but it doesn't. They shouldn't have called it Origins, if that makes sense, because it's not an origin story of the assassins. It's an origin story to a sect of people that had a collective moral compass that led partially into the creation of the assassins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the fact that to make this game, they retconned the Sanctuary Assassins and also made a game that fundamentally went against what the series is about makes me so fucking mad.
I'm not really sure why they did. Well, I do know. It's because it was an attempt at a reboot. But yeah, no, the whole
it's terrible as a reboot as well.
It is terrible as a reboot. The whole origins thing isn't. It just shouldn't have been called that. I would have been okay if they told an origin story within it.
Yeah.
But you can't call a game that, and then like 10 minutes of your story is dedicated to that, you know. So I think the problem there is what it's named as opposed to what it is.
I don't. Even if it was like named something else, so. Would you say market it as like something else, but still have the hidden ones be like founded as they were?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Really?
Call it Assassin's Creed Empire, for example. Have the hidden ones be created.
Yeah.
And then maybe in another game, a few years down the line, have some other group be created, and then you've got a bunch of groups in a bunch of different countries, a bunch of different continents who all share a moral compass. They come together. They form this group called they form the Assassins. Probably they form it in fucking Jerusalem in the Holy Land because that's where it happened in real history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in fucking Alamo. Yeah.
And that's the origin story.
Yeah.
The origins of the Assassins should be a bunch of people, a bunch of groups of people who share the same ideals coming together in one. This feels like this feels like one part of a grander story. It feels like we're missing out on a bunch of other stories. But that is another reason I
don't like Origins.
That's not the problem of the game, though. Sure,
no, it's a problem with Ubisoft. It's still a problem.
It's a problem with the marketing, yeah, and it's a problem with a lack of other games that I wish existed, but they don't exist. They don't exist. So, I'm trying to compartmentalize the game in itself, and the story of the origins of the hidden ones is not terrible, and it's not. I wouldn't say it's bad. I'd say it's solid enough to pass as an origin story for that group.
I'd say the thing for me...
I'm trying to be very specific with my words, if you can't tell.
I know. The thing for me is, with the first 4 games, even 3, and like, you know, to a bit of a lesser extent 4, it's like, okay, I get why this game exists, you know, in service of the Assassin's Creed story and the universe. But then with Origins, Bayek wasn't expanded upon as it seems like he would be, so he just has, you know, his story is just cut short. So's Aya's, despite, you know, clearly somewhat setting up a sequel. the fucking Layla's story doesn't really go anywhere. Neither does Williams. The narrative goes fucking nowhere. As a reboot, it's pointless. Origins exists to, spring Ubisoft back up from the depths of shit Unity and Syndicate left them in.
Pretty
It's
much.
a rebound rather than a good expansion of the Assassin's Creed universe, and it's not a good rebound. It's sales-wise, sure, but it's
Pretty much, yeah.
it's not a good game.
Again, I think a lot of what your points there are in reference to what came after it. Say Odyssey.
Oh yeah, sure.
Say
That's an issue
Odyssey
with Ubisoft. Yeah,
let's say it was a Bayek sequel,
yeah,
or let's say it focused more on Aya. And you go to Greece,
Right.
and RPG elements are lessened somewhat. You've got a full-on hidden blade. I don't know. Maybe you found it from a descendant of Darius, and it's the strongest version of the hidden blade because anyway, you get what I'm saying.
Blade of Eden.
You have this amazing story which introduces the cultists who become the Templars in that game.
Yeah.
You have parkour somewhat back. Say that game existed, right?
Yeah.
Would you not like Origins more for what it did, for what it set up?
I still wouldn't like the game, but I'd say it as less. I'd definitely say it's less of a fucking half thing. Like Origins is half of a thing.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is at the end of the day. Like, we both agree that it's not a good game, but the impact it had on the series for you has been more detrimental than for me because it wasn't expanded upon as it should have been. It wasn't giving the breathing room it should have had. It wasn't given the focus and the how should I say? Yeah, I guess it just wasn't given the time and effort it needed to be expanded upon to create a genuine direction for the franchise.
No, and it's so pessimistic that Ubisoft, after the failure of Unity and Syndicate, instead of saying, right, we're going to give games some time, we're not just going to push out shit, we're going to, knuckle down and make a good Assassin's Creed game. Instead, they look over their shoulder, they see an actually fucking great game and say, right, we'll do that, but with none of the heart, far less of the passion, and we're going to call it Assassin's Creed to make some money. It's so pessimistic, man.
Part of me thinks that Origins was less so that than Odyssey.
Of yeah.
Oh,
I definitely prefer Origins to Odyssey by far.
Of course, the Ubisoft higher ups forced them to push it in an RPG direction, of course, but there's a big difference in RPG elements between Origins and Odyssey. There isn't nearly as many RPG elements in Origins because I do truly believe that dev team, as flawed as they are, we won't mention him, not flawed, just a cunty human being. Anyway,
oh, poor Jean Gaston. What did he ever do?
I think they I think they did what they could to keep some of what came before intact. And I think that team did still care.
Yeah, I think.
But Ubisoft, the higher ups, didn't care. Quebec didn't care. And hey, I mean, they did make the most money they'd made since Assassin's Creed 3. Since Assassin's Creed Unity, sorry, with Odyssey. So it worked out well for them, but it just fucked us over. So yeah.
Yeah.
I still like Origins. I still like it. Maybe by the end of this playthrough I won't, but I still...
No, you're going to get to Cyrene.
I think
you're going to have that big fucking level gap, and you're going to say, fuck it, this is the worst game I've ever played.
I think it's the only game since 2014 that I've enjoyed in this series. Yeah, no, obviously.
It was for me as well, but, now I don't even have that.
I mean, yeah, it's a... Yeah, it's a tough one.
This
Bayek's-
talk about Origins has killed you, hasn't it?
Bayek's still my second favorite character in the series, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa,
Gonna be
over like
honest.
Altair and Edward.
Depends how you look at it. It depends how you look at it.
I think like
A lot of it's down
those
to-
three.
A lot of it's down to Altair's influence and impact.
Yeah,
It's tough, you know? Because Altair in Revelations is written so well in such a short amount of time.
yeah. He's got much more of like a full character arc, and like even Edward does really.
No,
And
it's tough. Because
Yeah,
I just...
if Bayek Guy's sequel and became like a master assassin, or whatever they would have called it back then, I think he could be like second for me.
To be honest, I think-
because like
I think
I
so-
still love Bayek.
To be honest, I think so much of what I love about him is Abi Bakr Salim's performance. I think that's probably the best performance in the series outside of Roger Craig Smith, and that's including Edward.
I'd agree.
As much as I do love what's his name.
Yeah, the Welsh geezer.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But no, that's it's a strange game in retrospect, though. It's a very strange game. Strange impact.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
And it feels like a lot of people just generally, like in the general gaming community, have kind of forgotten it exists. I think
Well, yeah, because
I think if any-
like Odyssey was Origins but further.
well,
as
Odyssey
well,
gets a
yeah.
lot of praise, which is strange. Like, we'll get to this later, but we were going through certain lists of games earlier, and I think if you're going to praise an RPG, and that is Assassin's Creed, I think you should praise Origins. But maybe that's just me.
I think Valhalla, even though it's not out yet, it will.
I
be
think
better than
Valhalla will
Origins.
be exactly. I think I'll feel about Valhalla almost exactly the same way I do about Origins.
Well, Valhalla's going to have a good story, so it'll have a good soundtrack. I think the side content looks to be better. The world looks a tiny bit nicer.
You think?
Maybe.
The world is just a massive flat grassland with
But it's my massive flat grassland.
fucking
No,
biased.
no, but genuinely, I think it does.
I think the world looks shit in Valhalla.
like it,
personally.
Oh, it looks a bit Witcher 3-ish for me. It looks
yeah,
like a whole
and they've
lot of
also tried
villain.
to copy Red Dead with random events and shit happening in the world. Also, the world just looks not unrendered. That's a bad way to put it. It just looks fucking like so plastic, and it just gives me
Everything looks a bit artificial.
it gives me very weird vibes. That's
I do
exactly the
get
way
what
I
you
put it.
mean.
It looks very
Like
artificial.
screenshots though, of like Lincoln and London and that, they look nice.
Are-
And like the settlement.
Also, that setting is just kind of ugly in my opinion.
Oh, come, Joe.
big
You
marshlands.
can't fucking say that about England.
Just big. Well, I can. Just big fucking marshlands. Like,
Okay,
maybe
but
not.
they'll do a DLC in Scotland and it'll instantly be your favourite game.
well, Scotland's beautiful though. We have hills. We have mountains. We have mountain ranges.
We have hills and we have mountains.
No, but we have nice mountain ranges. We have massive mountain ranges.
Yeah, but it's fucking cold.
It is in Scandinavia too. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Origins
Oh,
World
mate,
is also beautiful.
I've been thinking
By the way.
so much about Valhalla's DLC because I mentioned it in the
Yeah?
last video I did,
Yeah.
and I'm writing a video about what they'll do next. And my thoughts are still that they'll do like a mythological DLC, which I will fucking hate,
Of course.
and then they'll do one in like Scotland or Wales or somewhere, or maybe back in Scandinavia.
I'd
some shit like
rather
that.
they didn't do one in Scotland, to be honest.
What? Oh, because they would fuck up the accents so much.
Well, they would fuck up the accents, but also, like, as much as I was jokingly saying that Scotland's way more beautiful than England, Scotland at that point was fully it's just grass. It's just a lot of grass.
Grass and Vikings and shit in it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. There's not gonna be too much there. I think it'd be just generally though. These settings bore me to death. Like there is fuck
Yes,
all to
I
do.
agree.
There's fuck all to do.
Well, yeah, it's just because Vikings are cool at the moment. It's like
Yeah,
fucking cables
exactly.
in the
But
60s.
I don't even think Vikings are cool. Like they raid towns. Okay, cool. That's epic. but can we get something different? Because
Assassins are cool.
As soon as even the first rumors came out it was a Viking game, I was disappointed because it's such a shit setting for the series, and also just generally, it's so overdone and boring as fuck. If it was like the cool fictional Vikings with horns on their helmets, that might be sick. But nah, it's just 800 AD England. Okay, but can we get like
173?
Can we get like Golden Age Netherlands though? Can we get feudal Japan?
Yes.
Can we get literally any other setting, please, instead of just grasslands? You know.
Yeah, it is a fucking bad setting. Like, I just want an Assassin's Creed game set in one city. We don't need entire countries.
That's
a one-to-one city that's really in detail, please.
Also, going back to what you were saying about how it looks like The Witcher 3, the difference is because they have to be historically accurate. They can't have interesting elements like Skyrim or The Witcher 3 have, or other, like fantasy settings. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, but you'll have been to some of the places in Valhalla, and that'll have some novelty, I guess.
Maybe, but like, I mean, I've also been to New York. It didn't make the Avengers any better. So,
fair.
Yeah, it's like I probably won't have been to, or I won't recognize it. I won't like. I'd rather see it. I'd rather see it in Flight Simulator than I would in Assassin's Creed Valhalla in 872.
Oh my, that's another reason you need to get an Xbox, because I know it'll be cross-gen. Yeah, but the big one, the next one.
But I could also not get an Xbox Series S. You know?
Flight Simulator is going to be so sick, and I'll be playing it on my Xbox One S or Xbox.
Don't get an Xbox One S.
I ordered the Series S, but do you remember on a podcast 2 weeks ago, I almost ordered an Xbox One S.
Apparently, Xbox One X sales have risen like 300%.
For fuck's sake. Oh, that's so shit.
Yeah, pretty good naming conventions right there.
Yeah, because the PS5 is so straightforward.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't get why Xbox just didn't like. I thought they were just gonna reboot. So Xbox One, then you get the Xbox 2, Xbox 3, but no, we get Xbox Series 7046.
But then
where's the
they'd
Xbox
always be a
720?
bit behind PlayStation. And then it's like,
True.
I'm getting a console for my kid. Do I get the PS5 or the Xbox 2?
They should have just done Xbox 720.
Do you remember those fucking rumours, man?
And the screenshots
in like
of
2013, 2012. Yeah, and the concept designs and shit. And the Wii too.
Good, good times. I mean, I would have rather the Wii 2 than the Wii U.
I bought a Wii U.
That's a shame. I feel bad for you. That's really unfortunate. Oh
no, but like at the time the games weren't on the Switch, and the Switch wasn't a thing, so it was actually worth it a little bit because you had like Mario Kart and Smash. But now everything's on there, so it's a bit fucking.
Like, Nintendo have fully smashed the Switch, by the way. Like,
yeah, Mario All Stars sales beat Odyssey.
That's good to hear. That's really nice.
Like Mario Odyssey, I mean.
Oh right, okay.
Not Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey sold 1 billion copies in the first week.
That's pretty mental though. It's so nice to see Mario, just still being such a. Mario's the only video game mascot that survived.
Yeah, I know, and I can't wait for Bowser's Fury with 3D World next year, because 3D World's a fucking time and a half, and then they'll do, first time since the Wii, they'll do another 3D Mario game on the Switch, and it'll be Galaxy 3, and it'll be the best thing ever.
You sound like a kid on Christmas, and it's not even here yet.
I've been saying this since 2010. I really fucking want it to happen.
Oh, that would be ideal. But yeah, I just need that Gen 4 Pokemon remaster, and I'm all set. I will Nintendo. I will buy all of your consoles if you give me a Gen 4 Pokemon remaster. All of them. Yeah, Nintendo. But I thought the Switch would just flop when it came out. To be honest, I thought Nintendo were
Yeah,
done
'cause it
after
was
the Wii
super
U.
gimmicky.
Yeah, it always seemed that way to me, and I don't know, it just didn't seem plausible to
Yeah.
succeed in the environment of the
But
PS4 and the
it's
Xbox One.
Nintendo taking risks and doing bits which Ubisoft refused to do.
Yeah, the moment where Nintendo just fucked it off and just did their own thing was the best thing they've done. Because now they have a complete monopoly over their own market. It's a
Yeah.
weird setup.
Yeah, Nintendo are their own thing. They don't... Because, like, they fought with Sega and fucking clattered them. And now it's like they have no one to fight with, like Xbox and PlayStation do.
Who owns Sonic?
Sega.
Okay. Because...
Which is weird, because they do Yakuza and Persona and they're really good. But that's a different thing.
Yeah, but also, like, it doesn't feel like Sega exists. You know?
No.
Like, it feels like
Sonic's
Sega
been
is a part
so
of...
unpresent.
It feels like Sega's a part of a different company, though, surely. I don't know. Like, Sega feels like an old developer. Sega doesn't feel like it exists anymore. It's like, oh, Sega, those guys from the 90s who made Sonic.
They're owned by Sega Sammy Holdings, which I think
That's
is
so
like...
strange that they actually have... Okay. Because, yeah, you don't think of, like, Sega as a big player in the game market, so... It's a weird one.
Which is weird, because they have Persona, Yakuza's still great,
Yeah.
but Sonic has fully died, man.
Yeah.
Like...
It's I kind of wish Nintendo bought out Sega.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Because purely for the reason that Sonic and Mario look so good together. There's something aesthetically that just works. Like Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games. Oh,
yes, that was what I was about to say, man.
fucking gorgeous.
You know Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Winter Games, where you've got like the one where it's basically Mario Galaxy on skis, because you have the Galaxy events, which are all just fucking balls to the wall shit.
I don't think I played the winter ones, but nah, it was a...
They are sick.
Nah, so yeah, I think Nintendo should just buy Sega, to be honest.
I remember in 2017, like this time 3 years ago, I was watching a video, Sonic Forces versus Mario Odyssey, which will be better? Because it was a genuine question.
Probably
to me.
Sonic Forces, I'd imagine.
I thought it might, because I was really into the Avatar idea, because I used to draw my own Sonic OCs.
Yeah,
I was really into that.
Jack the Hedgehog.
And, no, but my OC was fucking sick, though. I didn't even care. He was a grey wolf. And he was really
epic.
cool.
That's very epic. Doesn't
That
match
is
up to
quite
Joe
epic,
the
to be
Wolf
honest.
Dog, though.
Oh my fucking god. That's my favourite episode of the Eagles Call, where we go through the Sonic wiki and look at our hedgehogs.
But I do know that Sonic Unleashed is your favourite game of all time.
Yeah, it is unironically in my top 5.
Which is a dub. But speaking of top blank games of all time, we did start this podcast after the 2010s ended, which is unfortunate because we never had a chance to truly reminisce about the only full decade of our lives that we've both lived.
Yeah.
So I think we go through our top 10 games of 2010s, or we could just have a look at the best games from that time.
That's mad to think about. At the end of this decade,
Yeah,
will be 26 and 27, the second full decade we've lived.
Yeah, it's mental. But it's kind of nice.
I actually did a video last year where I went through my favourite game of each year.
Okay.
I'll get it up.
Do you want to do that then? Our favorite game of each year, and we can just look at the other ones.
See, I reckon we could do that. What's your idea on this? Like, at some point, we'd go through games individually, going year by year, and then today we'll just talk about our favourite games in the whole decade.
I think we do. To be honest, I think we just do them both at once.
Okay.
Because
right,
if we're gonna talk about the best games of the decade, we're gonna end up talking about our favorite games of each year anyway. So.
Yeah, I have my list from last year up. I'll see if I still agree with this.
Okay, go on.
2010, I opted for Mario Galaxy over Red Dead 2.
You mean over Red Dead 1?
Yeah, fuck, right. 2011, did I pick LA Noire? No, I picked Revelations.
Really?
2012,
Yeah.
did I pick AC? No, I picked Lego Batman 2. 2013, I went The Last of Us.
Dub.
2014, I went for... Did I go for Unity? No, The Crew. Ubisoft's last good game. 2015, Witcher 3.
2015 was a weird year.
Yeah, 2016, Uncharted 4. 2017, is that Sonic Mania? No, it's Assassin's Creed Origins. There's so many fucking good games that year.
Let's go.
Why did I not just go for fucking Cuphead?
Let's go.
Okay.
Origins
2018, I've got Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
In 2019, I'd only played like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Control by this point.
Right, okay.
So I said it might be Death Stranding when it comes out, but I went with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair. I mean, that's a solid list. You didn't really linger on any of them, but fair enough.
No, it's not. That's not the actual. The video is like 11 minutes long.
Oh right, okay. So do you have a different list now then?
I don't.
Do you want to just go?
I don't know.
So for you, 2010. First of all, let's hear it. Is it still
Yeah, right.
Galaxy 2?
Oh, see, that's the thing. Is I even remember saying that in that video. Is I can go either way because Galaxy 2 and Red Dead are both in my top 5.
Right.
Like, they're both fucking flawless. Like, on the one hand, Red Dead has one of, like, the best narratives, and it's got such great fucking character building, world building, like, the side characters, how lived in every, like, small area feels, and just the vibe of the Wild West is so well realised, you know, without being too, like, romantic, and it is quite great at the same time, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Then Galaxy 2 is the polar opposite in that sense, where it's like, it's so charming, and the soundtrack is phenomenal. It is in Red Dead 2. Some of the best, like, level design ever. It's very creative. 2 of the best games ever.
Yeah.
So, like, I literally could flip a coin. I really couldn't pick. What about you?
I respect that. All right. So for me, it's tough, right? Because 2010 was such a good year, for me at least.
The best, I think.
Maybe I'd have to look back because I feel like 2009 had a lot of hitters, but you've got. Let me just do some honorable mentions real quick. You've got
Brotherhood would have to be an honorable mention for sure.
Fallout New Vegas, of course. You got Black Ops 1.
Oh, Halo Reach.
My favorite COD. Yeah, you've got Halo Reach.
Yeah.
My favorite Halo game.
Me too.
You've got fucking NBA 2K11, of course. But it does come
FIFA
down.
11.
It does come down to Brotherhood and Red Dead 1, and it's tough because, like you said, those 2 games are in your top 5. These 2 games are in my top 5. It is really tough, and they're actually, no, they're not right next to each other. But I have to say the Brotherhood just does clinch the top spot by a tiny margin.
Yeah.
Mostly the only thing that splits these games is actually, like, I'm just gonna be honest, it is nostalgia. I would have these games on exact par, but that nostalgia does just put Brotherhood over the edge. But of course, Red Dead's 5th on my list all time. But I'm sure we'll do that one day as well, so we can keep that for later.
Yeah, like, for me, it's Galaxy 2 and Red Dead 2 in my top 5. And then Brotherhood is just a tiny... it's in my top 10. Like, 2010 is a ridiculous year.
Yeah.
But, what about 2011 for you, then?
2011 is kind of just between 2 games, to be honest.
L.A. Noire and something else.
Yeah, L.A. Noire and Arkham City. It's split between... you've also got Portal 2 and Skyrim, which fucking... both incredible, and it's kind of tough to just ignore them. And Dark Souls 1, which a lot of people love.
Revelations, Saints Row 3.
A lot of people have Dark Souls as like a top 5 game of the decade, but for me, it is L.A. Noire. It's a very personal decision. Love Arkham City, of course. Love Portal 2. Skyrim's iconic, but L.A. Noire is... We all know it is dripping with style.
I fucking knew it was... We can't talk about L.A. Noire.
You
referencing the worst thing I've ever made.
And I'm gonna have a 10 years later video coming out in a while. Holy shit! I just realized 2011 is gonna be nice for 10 years later videos.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 as well.
I don't like Modern Warfare 3.
I remember the impact that had, because, like, I think I remember hearing it on the radio in like, the morning when I was going to school, that it sold more copies in the first day than, like, one of the Harry Potter books, and people were really mad about it. Or was that GTA? People were mad MW3 did so well.
Yeah, MW3 I'm not a fan of, to be honest. But for 2011, is Revelation still yours then?
Yeah, I think Revelations is first.
Okay.
And then LA Noire is a fairly close second, because I fucking adore that game.
Everyone can tell.
Saints Row 3 I've got a soft spot for.
Alright, yeah. Everyone can tell what type of games we like by our choices, by the fact that we're just completely ignoring Skyrim and Portal 2. And Dark Souls.
It's just videos we've done fucking content on.
Sonic
Generations was sick.
It's somewhat linear, slightly open world, story focused games.
Yeah, that is my shit.
Yeah, that's my niche as well.
Mario Kart 7, Lego Star Wars 3.
Yeah.
Maybe the best Lego game.
But definitely not. But
I think that and Lego Harry Potter Years 5 to 7 work excellently as sequels.
That's fair. But nah, again, kind of nostalgia. I just love the original Lego Star Wars personally.
It is a great
It's
game.
the one for me.
What about 2012? Because I had Lego Batman 2 on there for me.
Do you want to go first for this one? Is it still Lego Batman 2?
Well, I love Lego Batman 2 is another one where it's great as a sequel. Right, we've got Fat Cry 3, the best pyrocynical video. See, this is a really quiet year for me. I liked Hitman Absolution a lot. Sleeping Dogs, that's gonna be yours, isn't it?
Did you say you liked Hitman Absolution? That's an unpopular opinion that I share.
Yes.
Let's go.
I know Blood Money's better, but like, it still has that satisfying feeling of just being. I want to buy fucking Hitman right now.
Yeah, no.
It's been so long.
I fucking adore. I fucking adore that game, bro. There's just something like
because they remastered it.
The set pieces are so well done in Absolution. The story's blank, but I really like it. Yeah, fair enough. So what would you have as your top then? Sorry.
Is it Hitman Absolution? I haven't played it in like 5 years. I kind of liked Halo 4 at the time. I haven't played it in years, but
right, yeah.
It's Hitman Absolution. I liked Walking Dead at the time, but now I don't.
No?
Now, I'm not a big Telltale guy. Like, I really liked Season 4, which came out last year.
Right.
Because that had somewhat... The gameplay wasn't good, but it was, like, better.
Yeah.
And the choice had something more of an impact, because I didn't need to leave it open for a Season 5. But,
yeah.
No, I don't.
Fair.
What the fuck? The Hitman Blood Money and Absolution remaster is still 50 quid. That's mad.
Jeez.
I'm going to CEX that, because I really want to play fucking Hitman, but...
Yeah, it's a bit
yeah. Absolution, I reckon. What about you?
Fair enough. Well, again, we've got a lot of honourable mentions. We of course have Far Cry 3, which I'm in the process of thinking about this right now. We've still got Far Cry 3, of course. We've got Max Payne 3, Rockstar's most underrated game of all time. Bit of Mass Effect in there, of course. We've got Assassin's Creed 3, which is, well, we all know my opinions on that. And then, but it is, here it's kind of tough, right? Because part of me, I've always loved Far Cry 3. And this is going to sound really dumb. But the Pyro video on Far Cry 3 has genuinely made me love it so much more. It's so dumb, right?
No, it's not. It makes fucking... His reviews are so good.
Yeah, so... But I think I'd have to go with Sleeping Dogs in 2012. Just a very solid, very underrated game that deserved a sequel. Set in a really unique setting, despite it having some GTA type similarities.
Didn't you do that video?
I made a brief video on it, talking about it. I will probably make a retrospective in a couple of years, like a full-on one, but I made a brief one on it, yeah.
Oh, chuck that in the fucking description then.
Fair enough, I will do.
I reckon.
But yeah, so 2013.
2013.
2013 was an up and down year.
I really like 2013.
Yeah, I found it very inconsistent personally. A lot of like you got.
How you think there's a lot of shit games?
COD Ghosts in there, Battlefield 4 in there,
Saints Row 4. I liked, but it's such a downgrade from 3.
Rayman Legends, Splinter Cell Blacklist.
This is the most we've talked about games
Arkham,
without venturing into Assassin's Creed. This is crazy.
Arkham Origins as well. Like,
I like Arkham.
I really like it in retrospect, but it was divisive at the time, to say the least.
Yeah.
But the top three here, the top three in 2013, is probably the best top three of the decade. If I think about it. No, maybe 2018 would be the best top three, but this is close, I think. What are you thinking here?
Okay. For me, honourable mentions would have to be Black Flag,
Ooh.
Saints Row 4.
Done.
I like Saints Row 4. Mario 3D World is sick. Lego Marvel Superheroes, what a fucking game. Arkham Origins. Forza 5, I kind of liked. Dead Island Riptide, I enjoyed that.
Fair enough.
But the big boys,
Yeah.
right? GTA 5 and The Last of Us. Obviously, The Last of Us is better,
Right.
but I cannot downplay GTA 5. That is the game I put the most hours into by far, and I still have a lot of love for it. What about you?
Right. Thing is, I want to give it to BioShock Infinite. I really do.
Yeah.
I think BioShock Infinite is a game that deserves the top spot here. But The Last of Us just deserves it a little bit more. Yeah, for me it's The Last of Us. Maybe a basic choice, I don't know, but
No, I'd agree with you.
yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you're not going to pick The Last of Us, you'll probably end up picking GTA 5. I just wish there was less good options so I could pick BioShock Infinite, because it has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we move on to a terrible year. A fucking
Nah, Ubisoft's two best
terrible
games.
year. And you're all gonna hate me for my answer here.
Is it gonna be Destiny or
But
some shit?
Do you want to go first?
Okay, well,
I
we
mean,
go through the honourable
The
mentions.
Crew, Ubisoft's best game of all time.
Yeah, that was my pick for my video last year. The Crew, I fucking adore. As far as racing games go, one of the best. Mario Kart 8 as well, big fan of that. Trials Fusion, man. One of the first games I had on my Xbox One. It's fairly quiet, to be honest. I really didn't like Lego Batman 3, like, at all.
No?
Nah, I really did. Like, the story was just really boring to me. I know that sounds bullshit for a Lego game.
What were your thoughts on Alien Isolation?
I never played it. I heard it's really good.
Nah, I had a quick, kind of quick play of it, and it is really enjoyable. But I don't know. I wouldn't put it. That's the thing. It is a weird year for sure.
Yeah.
I think
Master Chief Collection. You can't really count it as one game, but like.
I think most people here would probably pick Dark Souls 2, but as we all know, me and you are not Dark Souls fans in the slightest. So.
Nah, because we're pussy gamers.
I think Dark Souls 2 is the runaway choice here. Shadow of Mordor is a bit. It's okay.
Oh wait, you're gonna say Advanced Warfare, aren't you?
No.
Okay, I'm not really scared.
I'm not gonna put Kevin Spacey. No. So
if it wasn't for Kevin Spacey, though, you would. Because that's the only bad thing about that game.
What would be your top, then?
I think it would still be The Crew.
I respect that.
It's not really a great year. No, Unity. Fuck. Yeah, Unity. No.
Oh, maybe you won't hate me for my choice. Yeah, Unity.
Yeah.
Which is
best game of all time.
Fucking shit. It's just 24. No, the fact that Unity is the best game of the year at least our favorite game of the year, does show how bad a year it was.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive was great. They need to remaster.
I think
that.
if we're trying to be you can't be objective, obviously. But you go. I mean, Dark Souls 2 is the best game of 2014. If not, then it's Shadow of Mordor. But for me, it's definitely Unity.
Dark Souls 2 did not feature an accurate recreation of Revolutionary Paris, so it is not the best game of 2014.
Is that the same for you then?
Yeah, Ubisoft, that is the last year where Ubisoft, even though it's the downfall of Ubisoft, link in description.
Hey.
Really, it's their last year where they did bits for me, because the crew.
Well, no, I
adore.
That's
so much.
That's why I say That's why I say it was the downfall of Ubisoft, because it was the last year that they were creative, the last year that they had any creative integrity, the last year that they tried.
Yeah, and then the reception of that, because they fucked up optimization, destroyed them.
Yeah, it's.
Titanfall was a thing. What the fuck? What happened to Titanfall? I know they did 2.
No idea, to be honest.
Yeah. 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
What even come out? Witcher 3.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I've not played it, but
is it Arkham Knight? Joe, it's Arkham Knight, isn't it?
I already know that The Witcher 3 is the best. And as soon as I play The Witcher 3, it will definitely be the best.
Yeah.
But 2 seconds, sorry. But yeah, for me, I've not played it, so I can't call it my favorite game of the year. Now there was some dubs. There was an occasional dub in 2015, and a very occasional. You've got Mortal Kombat 10, which is pretty fun. You got Rainbow,
Yeah.
which of course I've put many an hour into. You've of course got
fuck.
Batman Arkham Knight, and for me,
I like Arkham Knight a lot.
the best game of 2015 is
Arkham Knight.
Super Mario Maker. No, no.
Mario Maker's sick though. They don't even take the piss.
The best game of 2015 for me is
Star Wars Battlefront 2015.
no, it's
good pick, Joe. That was a good game.
it's Rainbow. I know that won't
Yeah.
be ideal for a lot of people, but yeah, it just is. I mean, obviously in 2015, I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
But the fact that I've put hundreds of hours into it over the past 5 years, it's probably my that's tough. Third favorite multiplayer game of all time. So
Oh.
yeah, it just is up there. Third favorite, like
Yeah.
multiplayer, first person shooter, whatever you want to say. So yeah.
You need to stream Siege, because as soon as we jump on Siege, you turn into a different fucking person. you turn into a total fucking gamer Redditor.
Thank you.
And
I'll take that as a
I
compliment.
just want the world to see that.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You really shouldn't. Right. 2015. Fallout 4. Dog. I'll just go through our least favourite games of the year, shall I? Nah.
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, Fallout 4 I thought was going to be really cool. It was my first Fallout game, and I just wasn't big on it.
Right.
Syndicate. Fuck it, yeah. Until Dawn. I played when I got PlayStation, because it's on PlayStation now.
Right.
And it's just sort of, I'm not a big fan of like choice related games in that fashion, where they're like movie games, but like they totally sacrifice the gameplay.
Okay.
And a lot of the time with those, because they need to set up sequels, choices can't mean too much.
Yeah.
Because if they have too much consequence, they have so many like loose ends to tie up in a sequel. But that's one side. Big Rainbow Six fan. I'm fucking shit at it. Forza 6. What a game. The last Forza I really played.
Yeah. Good times.
Oh, Yoshi's Woolly World, Nintendo's finest
days.
game. The Mad Max game was decent.
Yeah, I think I don't remember playing it, but I swear I did.
It was on a Game Pass. That's
okay.
when I played it. Hotline Miami 2 was cool. I like Hotline Miami,
Yeah.
but yeah, like besides The Witcher 3, that is just a really quiet. Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront was fun in like hero battles and that, but it was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Witcher 3 far and away.
Understandable. I do notice a trend. I swear that the next gen consoles have had some absolute fucking tripe on them. Like, maybe that's an over exaggeration. But when we were looking at like 2010, 11, 12, like every time it was like, oh, there's fucking 10, 15 amazing games. Whereas now it's like, oh, there's like 3 or 4 really, really good games, and then a bunch of like either just multiplayer filler type things, or just like, oh, I remember playing that, but I wouldn't go back to it type thing. So that's an
like
interesting trend
that is it, really.
I did find after the release of the current gen consoles. Moving on to 2016 though, because that's another year with some up and down. We've of course got Uncharted 4, which if I'd played it, sorry for not having a PS4.
It's fucking great.
No, yeah, I think that even having not played it, I can probably say it's my favorite game of 2016 because there's not a lot of options
Pokemon
for me.
Go.
I think I know which one yours would be though.
What do you think it'll be?
A certain multiplayer game
Oh,
with
right.
a big nutty gorilla in it.
Right, you go through yours and then I'll go through mine.
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm sure this is probably gonna disappoint some people. Okay, wait, actually, the only honorable mention I have is Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and that's
I played that the other year. It was fucking
that.
good.
Oh no, and also Doom 2016, solid
Doom's
game.
cool.
Didn't play Dark Souls, didn't play Titanfall, didn't play Uncharted 4. Not a massive Overwatch fan. Also didn't play Firewatch.
Disgusting.
I've not. I need to play more games, bro.
Watchdog. Oh, Super Hot. Do you ever play Super Hot?
Yeah, it's a good laugh. It's a good laugh in it.
Pyrocynical used to play it in his old videos.
But for me, and I'm sure this is gonna piss a lot of people off. But similarly to
NBA 2K,
similarly to 2015.
please.
Around this time, I was playing a lot of multiplayer games. I was very in my zone, and it was probably my most enjoyable time of playing multiplayer games. And in this case, even though I can't even say it's a good game, NBA 2K17
You are fucking
is my
disgusting.
game of the year for 2016. It's the game I've had the most fun on since Black Ops 2 came out. It's the game I've put the most hours into. I used to make videos on it. I fucking adore the memories I made on that game. Park, Pro-Am, my team. I love NBA 2K17 for what it was, despite it not being very good at the time or even in retrospect as a basketball game. But its online was simply too fun, and the memories I made with so many friends back then, I'll cherish forever. So that's my game of the year.
That's
For
nice.
2016.
Compared to Siege, which just turns you into the angriest bastard alive.
To be fair, 2K17 did too, but I mean, kind of generally, I was just a massive dickhead in 2016, so nothing's changed.
Fuck's sake.
So is Overwatch your top then?
Well, let's go through the list. Okay. For one, Super Hot, I fucking love.
Right.
I tried to get the platinum for that last year. I didn't because like there's so much shit you have to do, but it's great. Watch Dogs 2 I actually really liked at the time because I liked San Francisco and I liked parkour.
Alright.
But I don't like it now because I think the narrative's shit and I don't really like the shooting very much.
Yeah, that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that.
It is the perfect sequel though. Stardew Valley. Mate, Stardew Valley is just a great time sink. It's more linear than something like Minecraft.
It's just a good...
Where there's like people in the world you can become mates with, but
just
like
a good time.
it's fucking... Yeah, it's brilliant. This was kind of a banger. I remember thinking The Division would be like the next big thing, and me and my mates playing it for a week and never touching it again. Doom's cool. Mafia 3, I had such high expectations for, but then after the prologue, I didn't even finish it actually.
I completely forgot Mafia 3 came out then. It's very terrible.
Pokemon Go is another one of those games where it's like, I know it's not the best of that year.
Yeah.
But do you not miss the days of Pokemon Go?
Not really. I played it for like 3 weeks. And then never touched it again. Although I did catch a big nutty Snorlax that was like, I don't know what's a good level, I don't remember, but it was a good level for the time.
Literally, the most exotic Pokemon you could get around my area was a fucking Psyduck.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, I literally got my mum to drive us to this fucking forest, like really far away, in the hopes we'd find some really cool Pokemon, and we didn't. But that's fine. What else? Gears of War 4. Okay. Hitman.
Oh yeah.
Just as like a side thing, because I said I'd get Hitman remastered.
Yeah.
And you know I love a bargain. I fully just found they don't sell it digitally, which is proper scummy.
Oh.
So they can like sell it for 50 quid, which is fucking mad.
Yeah.
But guess what? I found a CD key, 76% off.
Ooh.
It's £11. I found that in like a minute.
Not bad.
That's sick.
Not bad.
Just thought I'd share that bargain with you guys. Hitman 2016 was so weird the way they released it, 'cause it was like episodic.
Yeah.
And
I quite liked it.
because I pre-ordered it well before it came out.
All right. Okay.
So I got like the steelbook, but because it was episodic, you got it like when everything had released.
Yeah.
So it came out like early 2017 in that case for me.
Right. Okay.
Because I got it that way. But like,
Yeah, I suppose that would be a weird.
I love that.
Because I just got it on digital, so it was smooth sailing.
Oh, that's
and
sick.
I thought I thought it worked well for the Hitman 2016. Like the format of the episodic format worked perfectly in my opinion for Hitman.
Yeah, like it's because as much as I like Blood Money and where things are much more like, you know, I know Hitman 2016 has like a story, but you know, in like Blood Money or Absolution, where it's like go from level to level to level, and you'll go to like certain places, like there will be big ones, like, you know, Terminus, the hotel.
Oh yeah.
It'll be much smaller, like interconnected levels.
I like the wrestling one in Absolution.
2016. Oh yeah.
Oh, that slapped.
Like, yeah, that was sick. But the thing is, I feel that works so well doing just a few episodes that are huge.
Yeah.
And they're so dense, and they're just
so
packed
many
with
options,
opportunities.
It's ridiculous.
And I remember that in like, you know, that year.
Yeah.
I just fucking spend hours in one mission to try and get all these different opportunities, and it's such a great example of a game giving you like freedom, and it's still having some sense of like linearity without being restricted.
That's how you do freedom in games.
And it's still really cinematic as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just a true sandbox, despite it still being linear.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fantastic.
I'd love to play too at some point. It's not my game of that year, but it's one that like I keep forgetting exists, and I shouldn't because I fucking adore it. The two big boys for this year are Overwatch
and Uncharted
4. Overwatch, like, I love. I think I put like hundreds of hours into that game.
Right.
Hanzo, Dava, my guys. That's another one of those games where it's like memories. You're just coming home in fucking like year 8 or 9 and like just playing a game of Overwatch. Like summer 2016 was sick. Bit of Lucio Ball, all that going on. But if we're just talking about a game in terms of objective quality, it's Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
It's Uncharted, right? To me, one of the reasons Uncharted is one of the best video game franchises is because of how it does sequels and how each game is a natural progression from the last. And the way Uncharted 4 upgrades the engine and the fucking grappling hook and like the set pieces are bigger and more climactic, it's more immersive, the story's got like a bigger scale, and it's more like personal. Uncharted 4 is exactly what a sequel should be and exactly what a finale should be, and it's one of my favourite games ever, and it's my game of 2016.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I respect that. I mean, realistically, Uncharted 4 is my game of 2016. 2K17 is a placeholder until I get my hands on it, you know? So.
Yeah, fair. Mate, you're going to be fucking blown away.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I assume. Get it? Because there's explosions and shit.
Yeah, that's funny.
Banter.
Nice.
2017 was a great year if you owned a PS4 or a Nintendo Switch. An absolutely fantastic year. I'm really not salty about that at all. I'm really not fucking so annoyed that I got an Xbox One. Anyway.
I hope you enjoyed Injustice 2 and South Park Fractured But Whole.
Actually, no, yeah, that's my game of the year. South Park Fractured But Whole.
I actually like that game.
I mean, yeah, 2017 for me was a weird one because I didn't. 2017, most of it, I was playing Rainbow and 2K17, so it is a weird one. I think my game of the year for 2017 is probably Mass Effect Andromeda, to be honest.
No,
that's a joke.
Wait,
it's a joke.
Oh, I thought you fucking serious.
Nah, my game of the year for 2017 is Resi 7. Nah, yeah, I love Resi 7. I think it's the best horror game that I've ever seen.
Have you seen the speedruns for it?
Nah, I can't say I have, but I can't imagine doing that. That'd probably kill me. Honorable mentions in 2017.
Yeah, I don't think I'd enjoy that because it's such an atmospheric like experience.
Yeah, I mean, honorable mentions. You've got Origins.
Okay.
Fortnite. 2017.
Fortnite and Mark-ass Brownlee.
2017 Fortnite was great. Don't at me.
No, I played that and it was shit even back then.
Whatever you say.
I definitely just wasn't a contrarian when I was 14.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely aren't anymore.
On a real though, like it was a rough year. There's 2 good games and I couldn't play either of them. So, 3 good games and I couldn't play any of them.
I strongly disagree.
Okay.
And 2017 was the second best year of this decade behind 2010.
Oh, I mean,
right.
You could make an argument for it because the top games were so good. But
yeah,
maybe I don't know. I disagree.
Did you pick up Ghost Recon Wildlands?
No.
Oh, I did.
Was that the one that was a disaster?
No, they.
Or was that a different one?
It was a bit shit, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no.
Agents of Mayhem.
2017 is definitely not the second best year.
I like it a lot. Yeah, Agents of Mayhem, which is that same fucking art style, and it's like a Saints Row half thing, but it's really not good.
Realistically,
and nothing in the game is realised.
Realistically, we know where we're going right now. Is it Breath of the Wild, Horizon, or Odyssey? Which one is it?
Well, Horizon's actually... If I have 3 honourable mentions, Horizon isn't on there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Horizon I really like.
Oh, fuck, I forgot the shitty Xbox one. The side-scroller.
Wait, what's the shitty Xbox
side-scroller that you love?
Oh my fucking god, are you coming for Cuphead right now?
It's pretty good.
Okay. Right, like this year is absolute insanity though. Uncharted Lost Legacy is sick. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is the best remaster or remake of all time. That's exactly what they should be. Sonic Mania, I fucking adore. That is exactly how you revive a dead game franchise and kill it again 3 months later. Fucking great job, Sega. That game's sick though. A sick soundtrack, sick level design, charming, everything.
So what would be that top 3 honourable mentions and then your favourite?
Well, it'd be... Oh, that's the thing, is there's 4 games that really stick out to me as phenomenal. That's Zelda, Mario, Cuphead, and Sonic Mania.
Oh wow.
As
Okay.
much as I'm a big Mario guy, and it's probably my favourite game series ever, I'd cut out Odyssey because like
Fair enough.
I think it's just I really love it, but like the others are like 9 out of 10 for me, and Odyssey's just a strong
Fair
8.
enough.
Um,
That's fair. I've never been a big
Breath of the
Sonic
Wild
fan.
is the best RPG.
I think that's. Anyway, yeah.
It's between Sonic and Cuphead, because like it's Cuphead.
Is Cuphead your game of the year?
Yeah. Yeah, I fucking
Over Breath of the
and I can't
Wild?
wait for that Netflix series as well.
Holy shit. Okay. Hot takes. Jeez. Fair enough, man. I just realized you have every console.
Not literally every console.
Well, you do. You have a PS4, a Switch, and an Xbox.
Oh yeah, I've got them over time though, because I started on an
Yeah.
Xbox because it was like I had the 360. I got the Switch when it came out because I'm a huge Nintendo geezer, and then PlayStation when God of War come out.
Right. Okay. Because the thing is, I got my Xbox in 2015, and then for like the whole of
Yeah.
2017 and early 2018, I was very focused on multiplayer.
Yeah,
But then, so then by that point, I was like, well, now like the next gen consoles are going to come out in like 2 years. It's not worth investing
Yeah.
200 300 pound for it. So that was a bad decision. Anyway, but yeah, fair enough. Cuphead, gotta disagree, but fair enough.
nah. If you played that,
Maybe, but
just the charm of it, man.
but
It's
now we move on
It's
to the
amazing.
actual second best game of this decade. Second best year, sorry, of this decade. 2018.
Fallout 76.
Holy shit, this year was ridiculous. Like
Yeah, this was packed.
ridiculous. Okay. Let's just go over some that we just need to get through first. Shadow of the
Mario Tennis Aces.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the best Tomb Raider game after the reboot.
I haven't played it.
You got the Spyro Reignited trilogy. Which Jack, do you want to give any thoughts on that? Since you've
I did play a bit of Spyro
Yeah.
1 because I played some of the PS2 games and I was like, right, this is as good a chance as any to play these. I played through most of Spyro 1 and I was like, hey man, it's not really for me.
Oh really?
That's
Okay,
right.
fair enough then.
Yeah.
You've got Octopath Traveler, Detroit Become Human, Sea of Thieves, the game we've
Yes.
all become addicted to, Hitman
Yeah.
2,
Need to play
you
that.
got Dragon Ball Fighters, which was a very good game. You got Forza Horizon 4, which was a game.
Britain, wasn't it?
You got Smash Bros Ultimate.
Yes.
You got fucking Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Shut the fuck up. And then you've got the top 5. No, top 4. You've got the top 4. Now you might disagree with me that it's top 4 here. So I need to
Right.
ask you, what would you say your top 4 games of this year were?
Right. I'm going to say, obviously, Red Dead 2. I got a lot of love for A Way Out. Red Dead 2, Sea of Thieves. Just going to keep scrolling and see if there's anything I missed. Red Dead 2, Sea of Thieves, God of War, and A Way Out.
Oh,
No, I'm fucking with you. It's Spider-Man. I do
Okay.
really like A Way Out, though.
that's still through. I mean, that's not fair enough. I mean, that's fair, I suppose. No, for me, I've got Red Dead 2, of course, God of War, of course, Spider-Man, and then Celeste.
Oh, did you play
Yeah,
Celeste?
it was on Games for Gold after it got nominated for Game of the Year, and it's probably my favorite platformer in a long. Not my favorite platformer. It's probably the best platformer I've played in a long
Yeah.
time. Because obviously I don't have a Switch, but yeah, fantastic, peaceful yet aggravating side scroller, intense, genuinely engaging. genuinely difficult, with a great story that dives deep into mental health, and it's just lovely to see and lovely to experience.
Oh, that's nice.
So I do want to give that a massive shout out, because from games I've played, that's my second favorite game of 2018. But
we both know the best, though.
I think the top three is Red Dead 2, God of War, and Spider-Man. So we can cut out Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, God of War's a bit better.
Yeah. Oh, a bit better. A bit better. People are gonna get
Yeah,
mad
I really
at you.
like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and I really like God of War. But like, it's a bit.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 is the top, isn't it?
Yeah,
Not only-
it's the best game of all time.
I was yeah, exactly. I was about to say, not only is it the best game of this year, not only is it the best game of this decade, but it's the best game of all time. The greatest story ever told in video games. The most gorgeous and engaging world in any video game I've ever played. The best characters in any game I've ever played. Not the best gunplay, but I can give that a slide. It's
Yeah, that's one thing that's like a 7 out of 10 in a 10 out of 10 game.
yeah, it's the only thing that brings it down, but it's not bad. It's just, I still think the gunplay is really good. It's just not great.
Yeah.
It's just not as great as it should
Like,
be.
yeah, but it's insane to me how good Red Dead 2 is, because that was like, fucking hell. Do you remember the hype for that? Because it got announced in 2016 and they pushed the date back twice. I remember the day I pre-ordered it and it was meant to come out in like early 2018. It got fucking pushed back. But like, I didn't care. Well, I did, because like, you know, it's fucking Red Dead 2. But I knew this was going to be the best game I had ever played, and it fucking was. Every like modicum of we need to do
Every single moment of Red Dead 2 is joyous. It's you appreciate it makes you appreciate games as an art form, as a medium. It makes you appreciate how this medium has grown throughout the years. It makes you see how everything's grown, how Rockstar have created so many different open worlds that have led up to this, the epitome of everything they've done.
Yeah.
I still can't quite wrap my head around the fact that it exists, because no one has even come close. No one has even come close to Red Dead 2.
No. Like, the thing is, despite being a narrative-based game, it has some of the best missions in any game ever. Like, I think it's Blood Feud, Ancient and New, the one where you attack the Braithwaite house and you go in there and that tune's playing. The soundtrack's fucking phenomenal as well.
Yeah.
You have American Venom as well, where everything's so cinematic
Venom,
and the soundtrack is so like atmospheric.
My days.
And
American Venom.
Nothing
So good.
isn't. Everything is perfect. Everything that needs to be.
Everything is down to the smallest detail. They figured it out. I mean, it's. You can see the eight years of work that went into it. You can see the blood, sweat, and tears. You can see, like, people who fucking complained around the time about, you know, how there was news about crunch hours and stuff. It's like, yes, these people worked overtime. These people worked 100-hour weeks because they wanted to create something great. They wanted to create something greater than anything that has ever been made in their medium. So they have to. That's what you have to do to truly create something great, and you can see that in every single detail from the moment you start riding that horse in the snow.
Yeah, like the fucking atmosphere as soon as you start. Like, I still remember sitting there at midnight, you know, October 2018, you know, just fucking riding that horse, hearing Dutch, like this guy who, like, I've heard so many, like, that was another weird thing. Like, by that point, you know, we were so familiar with Dutch and John. It was bizarre just having, like, more of them. And like, more lines.
It's wild that every single character in the camp, at least to some extent, like, you care about them. every single one.
Yeah, and there's 26
Yeah,
of
and
them.
you care enough. By the end of the game, you have remembered every one of their names. You know something about every single one of these characters, and you genuinely care for them. You feel a passion. And although the only other like criticism I'd have, I guess, of the game is that the economy system with the camp doesn't really have any major consequences.
Oh, the economy generally is a bit
Yeah.
fucked, because as soon as you've done that, like, roads robbery, you can buy basically anything you want.
But it's beautiful. It is beautiful to think about. It's the only game I've ever pre-ordered. It's insane. Which is, I don't know. I don't pre-order. That probably doesn't sound like a big deal, but like I don't pre-order things because I think it's a dumb practice.
Oh, Joe,
Sorry.
I've pre-ordered so many games. Can you not fucking...
Not a dumb You're not
no,
dumb.
But like...
No, it's not. I don't know. I think it's... I'll give these developers my money when they provide me a quality product, not 8 months in advance. Yeah. But with Red Dead 2, I knew that it was going to be the best game of all time, so I was willing to do that.
Yeah, and the only thing I can really slag it off for is the fucking trophy list, because I was a big trophy guy back when I got my PS4, and so like, because that was my, like, at the time I was contemplating whether it was my favourite game ever.
Yeah.
And I know it's the best game ever, and that probably won't change until Rockstar's next game after GTA 6. But I played... What I did is... Have you ever looked at the achievement list? It's a fucking nightmare.
I can't say I have.
It's... What you have to do for one of them is to study and skin every animal.
Oh, jeez.
And, like... The thing is, there was this tutorial I watched, which was an hour and a half in its own right. But then when you've got to go around the map, do each individual thing. I did it from, like, when the game came out to, like, December last year, and I didn't even finish it. There were 4 left, and there's these fucking birds that literally do not spawn, and these snakes in Lemoyne that I swear despawn as soon as you're playing as John. It's bullshit. But I think we need to do a full, like... After Valhalla's out, and we're in, like, that gap between AC games, I reckon we should go through, like, games that are just top of the top. And, like, we should go through Red Dead 2, replay it, and just talk about why it's so fucking great. Because we've been talking about it for, like, ages already, and it's not even
I'm planning to replay Red Dead 2
podcast.
and Red Dead 1 at some point before, like, the major next gen games come out. Just because I want to just do it again before, before I'm preoccupied with everything,
Yeah, I'm mad my PS4 broke because I haven't played it since January.
Fucking hell. You play games so much.
No, it's only that's the thing, is I replay games so much. Like,
that's what I mean.
Assassin's Creed 2, I'll replay a bunch, and Red Dead 2. Yeah. That's because, like, the best games I find super replayable.
Alright,
and
okay.
I guess that's why I don't play things like Final Fantasy, because I'm so busy either, like, getting new games or playing old ones that I love. Like Red Dead 2
is...
I think I played 3 times in the first, like, month it was
I've played
out.
it twice. Red Dead 2 is one that I don't find a lot of replayability in, personally.
Really?
I guess because whenever I play it, I want to give my 100% focus. I want to put my all into it. I want to be fully immersed. I want to do every little thing, every little side mission, every little detail that I can. And like I can't give that much effort when I'm playing games all the time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Like it feels like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It just feels like I'm encapsulating someone else.
You're a shit gamer, and I'm epic.
Well, no, because I can like throw on a podcast and replay AC2, or I can just replay it on its own, and it's fine. But when it comes to Red Dead 2, it just hits different. Moving on to 2019 though, a massive downgrade of a year.
Yeah, there was nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna upset people, but that's because I don't play Kingdom Farts, the baby game, the game for little baby children. So is yours Kingdom Hearts 3 then?
Okay.
Still.
Well, I've played Kingdom Hearts 3 because, like, the thing is, Kingdom Hearts was one of those games that I liked, but I never, like, loved.
Okay.
So I never got fully into, like, the lore because there's so fucking much of it. I played the originals on, like, the PS2, 1 and 2, that is. And I do like them, but I have no fucking clue what's going on, like, ever.
Right.
There's some anime shit, and fucking Mike Wazowski and Sully are in this one. And then there's, like, the Toy Story lads, but they've all got different voice actors, and it's so fucking weird. But, like, I did enjoy it. It was very charming. I like the level design. I like the soundtrack.
So dumb.
I didn't finish it, because it was such a time dump. But, like, it's... what else? Mario Maker 2. Banger. Crash Team Racing remaster.
Remember the Outer Worlds? Remember when everyone got hyped over the Outer... I was so hyped over the Outer Worlds, and I never ended up playing it because it's just dog shit, isn't it?
Yeah, I played it on Game Pass, and I got like 10 minutes into it, and I was like, no, I can't fucking do this.
It's
Tetris 99. I was addicted to that when it came out, and I was playing it last week. I fucking love Tetris 99. Who would have thought in the year 2019 to make a competitive Tetris game? What the fuck?
big brain move.
Yeah, no, and it was free as well. You switch like logs your hours, and I've got 30 hours on that.
I think we need a competitive chess game. Oh, all chess games are competitive, but you know what I mean. I think we need a chess video game, to be honest. 4D chess.
That exists, because I remember I was getting the AC3 remastered thing last year, and one of the things is to beat all of the minigames at the homestead. And there's like Cowboys Chess or some shit.
Right.
And it's so fucking hard at the homestead.
Oh, shit.
And I literally had to get a chess app to do it for me.
Oh.
And like even then it didn't work with this like fucking AI. Because the geezer in the bar at the homestead, it's fucking impossible.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I literally spent 10 hours playing this fucking board game in AC3.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, for 2019, for me, it's one of very few games I played, which is Jedi Fallen Order. I don't think it...
It's such a... It's
such a nothing game, isn't it? And it was such a disappointing year, but it just gave me time to replay Red Dead 2, to be honest.
Yeah,
and make
lightsaber
videos.
customization's cool.
Is it? It's not very... I don't know. Lightsaber combat I quite like when it... No, that's not true. When you put the game...
Yeah, it's so
when
light.
the game's on easy, the lightsaber combat is fun.
Yeah.
Because if you have a lightsaber, shouldn't be able to get blocked. But maybe that's just me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's it for me.
Well, there
Sekiro,
was...
really good.
Oh,
Because I know that's a game of the year for a lot of people.
I never played it.
And that's game of the year for a lot of people. That and Death Stranding. But it seems like both games are just considered kind of mid. Like, it seems they've both been forgotten.
Well, I did get Death Stranding, and I played it over New Year's, and there's just... It's not the type of game where I'm like, right, that's a fucking masterpiece. I love that. The story's just like pretentious, abstract shit that's like David Lynchian, but to the fucking extreme,
Right.
when nothing is comprehensible. And it's like Norman Reedus naked in black fucking goo, crying over a baby. And I have no fucking... I'm like 5 minutes in, and I have no idea what's going on. And like that's the thing, Hideo Kojima doesn't reel you in and then give you like tons of story. He just starts the game with a fucking hour and a half of cutscenes, and then your fucking mission is to walk like 20 minutes over a mountain and not trip over rocks. But if you skip the dialogue, it's a good podcast game, or like a good I need to catch up on some YouTube type game. It's really relaxing, and it's satisfying delivering a big like package, and I like that.
Right, okay.
But like, it's not a game where I'm like, it's not a game where I'm like clambering to replay. It's a game where I'm like, this is something I can have a chill time with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Control was cool. I got that when it was out, and I do like Control. Fallen Order was okay. I never finished it, but I think Fucking hell, I think it would be Death Stranding.
Yeah, so
I need to play Sekiro and Modern Warfare.
it's a rough year though.
Yeah.
It's a rough year.
Yeah, it is.
And an even rougher year. We might as well just throw it in. What's your game of 2020, man?
Well, it's a certain little Viking game called Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, I mean, well, since I don't have a PS4, I've not played a single game that's come out this year. So that's fun. That's really fun and good. Thank you, COVID. That's epic.
We all know it'd be Microsoft Flight Simulator if that did come out on Xbox.
Yeah. At this point, it's Cyberpunk, isn't it? But
yeah, Cyberpunk's gonna be mental.
But it's wild to think that it's September and I've not played a single game that's come out this year.
I think I just played The Last of Us 2
You didn't,
and
well,
Mario All Stars, which is
I don't
a
know
remake.
if you could say you played Last of Us 2.
No,
You streamed
I
it for
didn't
2 hours.
finish one of the best games of all time, so I could make a video on Elijah Miles, and if he'll be the next Monday protagonist. That's cool.
But nah, so that's the best games of the 2010s, and it's safe to say the Xbox 360 PS3 generation was much better than the Xbox One PS4 generation.
Yeah, totally. As well, gamers, leave your lists in the comments
absolutely.
if you'd like, because that'd be an interesting read. At the end of this year, we'll have to go back through 2020 and go like game by game. That'd be interesting. Did you see the Mafia remake came out?
Yeah, it did. It looks. Thing is, it's all dependent on your perspective, because a lot of people are saying it's shit, or it's not. Maybe not shit.
Have you seen the Steelbook?
But disappointing. Yeah, the Steelbook's gorgeous. The thing is,
oh my god, I'm gonna get it just for the Steelbook.
It may be your.
Oh, fuck.
It may be a remake from the ground up, you know, and sure, maybe it should be on standard with other 2020 games. But when you look at it as a remaster from a game from 2002, it's fucking insane, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks
fantastic.
gorgeous.
And I think despite Hangar 13 being dickheads and not being able to optimize games or, you know, have any type of lighting system, it still looks pretty good. So yeah, that's that. I don't know. I may get it if it goes on sale, but I don't really have thoughts on it.
I've always wanted to go through Mafia. Mafia 2 was on Games with Gold a few years ago, and I started it and just didn't finish
Mafia
it.
2 is so good.
But like, yeah, I've heard that from like people in the community. And 2 looks fucking great. Like, even though the 2 remaster isn't meant to be.
Don't get the
best,
remaster. Just get the original game. It's backwards compatible and it's £8 on Xbox Store.
Do you think it would just be better to? Because I got it anyway from Games with Gold. So do you reckon it would be better if I just played that?
Yeah, no, just play the original. It's there's no reason. It shouldn't have really been remastered in my opinion. It was it's not. I don't know. It works fine backwards compatible, and like I said, it is very cheap.
But I want the Steelbook for the Trilogy.
Oh, get the Trilogy, but then if you already have the original game, play the original.
I already have 1 and 3, and I could just buy 2 and 3.
What I'd say is buy the Trilogy and then buy Mafia 2, the Xbox 360 version, for £8 on Xbox Store, and play that.
I already have it.
Yeah, play that, but still get the Trilogy, but just play the one you already have, and you'll be set.
Oh mate, the Steelbook just for the remake looks lovely as well.
Yeah, but
is it worth buying this game twice just for the fucking?
Yes.
My spending habits are really bad. I don't have the money to
it.
fucking have these spending habits.
It kind of gives me anxiety. I'm not gonna lie.
That does look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Though.
I think we'll leave the discussion on premium editions of Valhalla till next time. But yeah, you need to stop spending so much money.
Although that is on the
I'm
list.
just reading the list right now.
I should.
Fuck's sake. I can't say what's on it, but yeah. So yeah,
Our list is so fucking weirdly worded.
it's a bit bizarre. I mean, I think my favorite ever was Kim Jong Un is dead. The sad face.
Mine was last week. Yours, James Charles, gay and a thief.
I mean, did I lie? Joe Biden Despacito was
Well,
up
he's
there
gay.
too.
I don't know if he's a thief though.
But no, I think that's everything we have for today.
Yeah, I think it is.
That was a weird way to say it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's been a short one.
it's been
like
2
this,
hours.
'cause- oh yeah, I mean like a short one in terms of topics.
Oh yeah,
like-
it's been a bit of a slow week. I mean, there's most of the major game conferences are over now. Now it's kind of just the
Yeah.
lead up to actual game season. You know, we'll have so much to talk about in like November, December time, and we will be talking about it plenty over on the soon to exist Eagles Call Discord, which will be coming in the next 3 weeks, right?
Oh yeah, we'll have to see about that.
Yeah.
I reckon I could get that made like today. I said that fucking weeks
Yeah,
ago.
we literally only discuss this on the podcast. We never discuss it outside. Outside of the
Yeah, you're gonna have
podcast,
to
we
sort
just
that out.
discuss pedophiles on TikTok.
And the podcast, if you like.
Well, maybe we
Does anyone
shouldn't
want to
talk about
discuss
Ian Moore.
Moore?
Allegedly a pedophile. Do you think Ian Moore will sue the Eagles Call podcast for calling him a nonce?
Do you reckon we could get Ian Moore on the Eagles?
I don't think that's a great idea, to be honest. If we get Ian Moore on, then I know for sure that Abby Shapiro won't come on, and I can't be dealing with that.
What if we get them on together? Abby Shapiro and Ian Moore.
That'd be iconic. We would officially be the best
That would
podcast
be
in the
iconic.
game.
Well, aren't we already?
I mean, I'm the best calves in the game. You're the best Assassin's Creed YouTuber in the game. So we're up there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Anyway, gamers, that's
Been a blast,
that's been a
lasers.
sick one.
As always, yes, I fit it in right at the end.
Yeah, yes, you did. Well done, Joe.
Yeah, Eleanor's dripping with style. Thank you all so much for
Oh,
listening
shut the fuck
or
up.
watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Make sure to give us 5 stars on Spotify, whatever it is, Apple Podcasts, fucking Deezer. Yeah, Jack. Any closing statements?
We on Deezer.
We might be. I'll check.
Oh.
Any closing statements?
All right then. Origins is a shit game, and Joe is wrong, and I'm
Yeah,
right.
let's all
And,
spam dislike on Jack's next stream, and then spam
Spam dislike on this video.
jokes on you. I'm just gonna not upload it. Haha, wasted 2 hours of your time. Gotcha. Now we're on
My time means
We're
less
on
than yours, so fuck you.
Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify. So we're not even on fucking Apple.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
Sorry about that. Anyway.
Oh, I'm watching James's live stream of Mafia 1 now. It looks fucking mental, the lighting, man.
Yeah, but it's a weird one because the lighting looks gorgeous in certain scenarios, but then like so many of the textures are disgusting, and the lighting doesn't cast shadows properly. It casts them like Mafia 3. It also doesn't have any reflection. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
Oh, mate, Vito's fucking facial hair, like his stubble.
Yeah.
That is sick.
If you wait, Vito.
Is that not the geezer?
No, Mafia 1's set 30 years before Vito. Vito's Mafia 2.
Oh, fuck. Who's
That's
that
Tommy
one?
Angelo.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it does look quite nice. Yeah, we'll for sure review that in the next podcast after neither of us play it. Yeah, thank you all for listening, watching. Much love. Thank you for listening to the Eagles Call. Wherever you may be.
Episode 10.
Caw.
Thank
That's
you.
totally the noise an eagle makes. And yeah,
Oh my God.
much love.
See you next time.
See ya. Oh, yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
Right. Ah, there we go.